Everyone, good morning. Good morning.
Oh, and there we go again. Hey, good morning, everyone. My name is Janice, aka Wellness Diva 5.0. We are back again after a 2-day hiatus. We didn't think we were going to be on today because I had to travel to Philly. But welcome. We're so excited to have you back. It is Wellness Wednesday, August 18th. So much to cover today, and hopefully Carol Sue is in the process of being, and there she is, coming back on. And we just kind of go with the flow here. I was in Philly, and again I want to thank everybody for your well wishes. It's been just his progress so far has been amazing, and there she is again. So
I don't know what's going on. It's just one of those weird things that have been happening lately. But good morning, everyone. I'm sure Jan's already given you a good morning accolades on this Wellness Wednesday. We hope everyone is good. We had to take a couple days off because we were both going in two different directions, from one state to another, and we are back for Wellness Wednesday. What a great day to jump on kind of the middle of the week and where we are. Let's check in, see how we're all doing, how we're handling things, how we're handling all those different stresses in our life, what kind of workouts we're doing. And I want to share, John and I have been starting to do, we've noticed, like we talk about a lot, where you don't like to eat that much meat anymore. It kind of upsets your tummy a little bit. And we always frequently talk about that your body changes about every 7 years. And you'll notice that with different things, people are noticing they're trying to actually go to a healthier plant base. So we decided to order some meals, and I can't remember the name of the place, and they delivered the 4 meals, and everything was plant-based. So we didn't want to do keto. We didn't want to, we still want to be able to eat some poultry here and there and fish, but really kind of cut down on our beef intake. And they were surprisingly very, very tasty, yummy. I love the fact that you get the big card with the actual recipe. So if you want to make it again, which is kind of cool. And then all the ingredients are like, it's kind of a no-brainer. So it kind of makes the, assembly of dinner much easier.
oh, absolutely. And I was looking into vegan meal plans for Ryan, but I'm sure that he's going to enjoy maybe doing a little cooking of his own. I know that he won't need at this point any produce because we brought down a whole bunch of produce for him. So he was real excited about that. Those meal plans are fantastic for even if you're having a busy day. But guess what? Even if you're not having a busy day, and there's so many really good services out there. I've used them before. I've tried Blue Apron, HelloFresh, and there was another one. But the one that I was just chatting about with Ryan, it's called Veestro, Veestro. And I just might have to order some for Gary and I, which would be great. How many times, and you said the recipe cards, and here and there, I've kept all my, all of my recipe cards, and I have a stack of them, right? So a few times I've gone to those. I'm like, oh, I know I have the ingredients for all that. Let me see if I can find the recipe card. And, we make it, and it's really delicious.
Yeah, this one's called a Green Chef.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah. And, so far and it's funny because, we're ordering for 2. So they give you the 1 meal that obviously it's enough for 2, but it's really enough for at least 3. And depending on what it is, like we did a very, very healthy flatbread. It was with a low calorie, low fat ricotta cheese, and then they gave you the zucchini and the onion, and you saute that up. You had the flatbread, you made kind of like a pesto, almost like a pesto flavor to the ricotta cheese, and you put that down, and then, you know, you'd already sauteed the vegetables, spread that out, little Parmigiano, I put a little Pecorino Romano on top of that, and it was two big, you know, flatbreads. So John and I actually shared one, and then Mike came up to visit, and he ate the next one the next day. So it really, depending on what you're making, I also made a Japanese flavored with the jasmine rice and all different vegetables. And again, that, you know, it had the dates, it had just all these stuff that you wouldn't. And what I like about it is how often is it when you're trying out a recipe, it's hard to buy the ingredients depending on what they are in small amounts. So this particular recipe called for 2 dates. Well, you know, depending on where you go, you can't always get 2 dates. And I do notice, you know, that, you know, you got to be careful with produce. If you don't use it within, you know, a couple of days, it's, you know, humidity and all that. In the summertime, it just, you know, things rot real quick. So I love the fact that it's specifically portioned out for that recipe so you don't have waste, because I hate wasting food.
Right, exactly. And, you know, with the fresh produce, like now, obviously it's really starting to come in. So, you know, we'll be working on, you know, freezing some of that shortly, especially with the tomatoes to make the tomato sauce. But back on this Wealth Wellness Wednesday healthy kick, you know, and you had mentioned something about workouts, and I love to do my 2 45-minute workouts. Just love it. And it felt so good. And obviously I have not had an opportunity to hop in the shower yet, which obviously I will. But, you know, just getting in that workout, it just, you know, melts away the stress, and you just feel so good that you completed such maybe a monumental task, like maybe just to get up and do something, to go outside and take a walk, whatever it may be. Like that is so beneficial, not only obviously to your well-being, but to your emotional well-being too. And sometimes those two often get separated. So always focus on you and what you need, and just do what feels right. 2:45.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's awesome. And I've got my nice elastic types band that I'm going to be using in the pool today, working on those arms, my weak area of my body. I think everybody has that weak area that we tend to either get annoyed with, stress out about, or like, why can't it just be better? Well, you got to work at it. So where, you know, definitely with pickleball, you know, my legs, you know, they stay pretty firm. So I'm not doing in the heat of the summer the walking like I would normally do, because we're putting in 2-3 hours. I mean, you know, sometimes you're not moving that entire time, but you do get a really good workout in. And you're still getting some upper body strength, obviously, with pickleball. But you really, you know, when you got to focus on that one area that's probably the most annoying, you're going to feel such gratitude when you start seeing some results. And there are slight changes. You know, as you age, the results come in a little bit slower than most people like, but you got to just kind of embrace that.
Right. And as Princess Ray Ray would say, yes, I am doing something about the squishy.
Oh yeah, she's all about that. She's all about that squishy. And for her, it's like a comfort thing. She's always done that since she was a baby. She would squeeze the cheek or the earlobes or under the chin. She, you know, when she's nuzzling, she's been doing that since she was a baby. It's just one of those things where it's funny when you think about the different habits or the different things that you used to do as a child that you still do today. Now, Mike came up and spent the night Sunday, and it's, you know, when he was a baby, he had a lot of traumatic experiences with his ear. He had a lot of ear infections, a lot of ear operations, and he had reconstructive surgery on the inner ear. And as a child, you know, and as a baby, you know, we really can't communicate when you're in pain, and most children can't. They develop strategies and or something physical to combat that pain. And he would always do one of these, you know, kind of bang his head with his hand. He still does this to this day. We were, you know, when he comes up, it's really our downtime, because we're like real big movie buffs. So we relaxed, And a couple of times he was, you're relaxing on the couch, you take a snooze, and there he is doing that again. And it's, I had to take a second. I said, my God, he still does that. And you do it. It's just a habit of, it almost comes like a nurturing thing of a habit that you're used to doing. So it's funny. So I kind of challenge everybody today on this Wealth Wellness Wednesday. Think of things that really helped you as a child to either get over that fear or that pain, and it really became a habit and you didn't notice. Check in with yourself, see if you still do it.
Yes, exactly. Sometimes those habits, whatever they may be, are hard to break. And sometimes the good habits often get overlooked. And it's just kind of like we said before, doing what works with your schedule. I did my power walk this morning, and I also did my power rowing, where I use my Tabata timer to really crank it, with the workout. And I'm just like ecstatic that I got that in. It just really kind of sets the tone for my day, because everything has just been kind of haywire lately. And getting back to that sense of normalcy is really important, because I need to be on top of my game, on my game, I should say, obviously to help my son and help my family, whatever it may be. So I don't know, it just feels so great. So,
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
On this Wellness Wednesday, I really want to put a shout out to make sure that people are keeping those that are stuck in Afghanistan and or women, and especially women and young women in particular, that, the stories that are coming out are horrible. And while we go about our day trying to, reconnect that normalcy, there's so many states now, they're getting ready for schools. Everyone's battling their own battle, to slow down and just pause and remember that even though as Americans, we are going through so much ourselves, from a standpoint of, what's impacting our health and wellness, remember that there are countries out there that their citizens are in a deeper doo-doo and in such harm's way of some very evil spirits that are out there. So, I want to make sure that, as we go through our day, that, the challenges that we come up with, remember there's always blessings around you that you have to look, especially on a Wealth Wellness Wednesday that you celebrate, and how you can pay it forward to someone that's either less fortunate, that doesn't have the same resources that you have, or maybe that you just want to spread some sunshine. Now, think of those that are over there that are drastically trying to get back and are, I'm sure, going to kiss the ground in the United States when they finally make it here. But there are those that will be left behind that, we keep them in our prayers, and that hope that the Lord is guiding them. So I hope everyone just keeps them in that country in their prayer.
Definitely. And, that obviously goes without saying, and I'm sure there's much more we can say on that, but I think it's good just to leave it at that right now, because prayers and blessings, that's what we're going to focus on. On that note, my name is Janice, aka Wellness Diva 5.0, short but sweet Wealth Wellness Wednesday, and we are your hosts. My name is Janice, and I am with
TwoSistas. So this is Carol, so aka Naughty Boss. I apologize, the lighting's a little funky today. So yes, I am tan, but I am not that tan. I'm looking at the reflection, I'm like, ooh, looking pretty good, but now it's the lighting. It's just kind of funky today. But you guys have a great Wellness Wednesday. Remember what it's about: paying that kindness forward, helping someone else that's unsuspecting, and give them something to put a smile on their face. Kindness goes a long, long way. We will see you tomorrow for Trending Thursday. Trending Thursday. We'll see what's trending out there. There's a lot of things that are trending with different gadgets. We're going to talk a little bit more about meal planning, and kind of tune in to see what everyone's chatting about. But you guys have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.
everyone.